Just to say this off right off the bat, I think the best way to do this tier list is, first of all, I'm gonna rate this tier list by basically by how Leffen did his Smash Melee tier list. He rated it off of like how easy it is to get the max potential of a character. So S tier is like hardest, and E tier, or like the lower it is, the easier. The higher it is, the harder it is. You know what I mean? Some of these probably will be self-explanatory, most likely. Gandorf, really easy in the game. Bowser, really easy. Like, come on, dude. No bias, of course. Sheik is easier than Sheik is harder than Kazuya for sure. The fact that Kazuya has like cheese automatically reduces him down, I'd say. He's not even like top 3 hardest. I don't think so, but he's definitely up there. Sheik is such a rare character because every single person thinks that this character sucks because they can't kill or whatever, when in reality they just can't play the character. To actually win with her requires a lot of dedication and execution skills, etc. A lot of knowledge about the character and whatnot. Lots of tech too. I think they have some complex abilities to the point where they're not E tier level, but like, come on, dude. Like, there's like areas of the game that they just skip. For neutral and like combos and advantage state, the way that they just flow is so like simple to understand. I feel like, but like at the same time, they're not completely barren like E tier. I feel like E tier is like, you know, bottom of the barrel easy. I feel like they're at least D tier maybe. Ice Climber's hardest, like obviously, like everyone knows. Decent combos, mad execution. The character itself is like weird to understand. There's like 2 people that play them for like a reason. Literally only 2 people on Earth play this character. To get the max potential of this character requires a lot of dedication, and it's not even enough reward, honestly. These are interchangeable. These are interchangeable. Peach is definitely S tier. The way that they flow, they're neutral. Advantage state, just combos, execution. Peach is one of those characters that just breaks your hands like immediately. Most people in this chat don't even know how to like float cancel or like do any of that shit, or any of your combos properly. But like 99% of this chat doesn't know how to do any of that shit, including me. So A or S tier? A tier? Yeah, I think it's an A tier. I feel like he's a really hard character. Mega Man is very hard, but he's like, his game plan is not so hard. Like I'm biased because I kind of know how to play him, or like the way that he works is very unintuitive. Like most people don't understand. Like the character has a lot of tech. Like I'm considering putting him in S tier, but I'll put him in A tier for now because I kind of understand. This might be, of course, this list is biased as every single tier list is biased as hell. And if you think otherwise, like, come on, dude. Every single tier list is biased as hell, and you know it. Yeah. 99% of Luigi's have one game plan. Like, come on, dude. The 0 to death isn't even that hard. Like, come on, bro. Like, the combos themselves are not hard. Oh yeah, the fact that he has down B as well. Honestly, nah. Honestly, he still has some execution, I guess. But down B definitely puts. I think he's easier than Pyramithra. I think he's easier than Pyramithra for sure. Pre-patch Min was like here. Post-patch, I'll put him in a C tier for now. I feel like after the patches, they really made the character actually like put in effort. You know what I mean? Like, I think to win with this character, you have to be like Proto Banham levels. Like, sure, their game plan is kind of simple, but I feel like in execution, it's way harder because of the nerfs. The nerfs, like, nobody plays Min anymore because the nerfs. The nerfs made her take so much more work, in my opinion, at least. Nair up B out of shield. This advantage state literally does not exist. One of the best recoveries in the game. Down smash, up smash being like a legitimate game plan. Come on, dude. You basically skip an entire part of the game if you have like a really good up B out of shield. All the heavyweights have such simple game plans. I feel like these heavyweights are a tier above E tier. These are like characters to get the maximal potential of. Like they require a little bit more work, I think, but not that much more. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Come on, dude. I feel like he has some things like neutral kind of being a bit hard, but I feel like he's so easy to pick up at like a basic level. Neutral, it like gets a lot harder as top level occurs, of course, but like all I'm saying is that there's so many more Falcos on Elite Smash than Foxes or Wolves for a reason. Or like just in general, honestly. I think Falco's just a common ass character because he's mad easy. Little Mac. Again, like, there's not much to say about Little Mac. His gameplay is so simple, but he's just bad. Like, his max, it's not hard to get his maximum potential. It's just that his maximum potential is so shit. Just because a character is bad does not mean they're not easy. I think Shulk's a harder character than Kazuya. Actually, no. No, he's not harder than Kazuya because of shield art and speed and like really spammable aerials, but he's still actually, I'll put him like there. I feel like there's still like potential of the character. There's so few people that use him because he's so fucking weird. But I feel like there's still like potential within the character. I think that the way that he moves, also the fact that he doesn't really have good frame data, puts him at this tier. I feel like actually he might be here. Nah, I think C tier is good. He requires like some execution with like IDJ shit and whatnot. He has some tech. He just has like very spammable moves. Sometimes with side B or D or like side B and down B. But I think C tier is like the perfect balance because he definitely requires more execution and more like I think more thought than like or he definitely works harder than these characters. Pikachu. Everyone says this character is like top 3, top 2, but there's a reason why there's a reason why nobody plays him because he's hard as fuck. Actually, he requires more execution than Kazuya in my opinion. More execution. I think he has like less cheese. I think he requires more execution in general. He's just weird, but he's boring. So nobody plays him at the same time. I think he's harder than Kazuya. Yeah, I think this makes sense. I feel like Nets has some niche factors with like, well, first of all, learning how to recover with him properly. Down B, like magnet combos and shit. You can see kind of a trend with these characters. They all have like a very volatile game plan, or like a very simple volatile game plan that gets abused within like all the levels. But these characters are like they're still easy, but they require a little bit more effort in my opinion. Pre-patch Ike was like here, but after the change or nerf or whatever to the Nair, he's probably up here. He's still a very simple character, but he has like some things, I guess. I think Samus is D tier. Frame 4 out of shield, mad easy to use, very simple to understand game plan. Not much execution. Charge shot combos aren't that hard. Her general game plan as a zoner itself is very easy to understand. But that might be my online bias talking, but it is what it is. I think Olimar is B tier. There's like some tech with Olimar, with like the desyncs and whatnot. I feel like his general game plan is harder to do than most of these characters. Understanding like how all the Pikmin work and whatnot. I feel like he's a solid B tier. I think yeah, Olimar has a high skill ceiling, so I think he's like an A tier. Yeah, he's like in between A and B. Like his game plan isn't the hardest to understand. Like zoning out with his sword aerials, nair, grab, side B. The fact that he doesn't have the best frame data, he gets like outmatched by a lot of other characters. I feel like you genuinely have to outplay your opponent, but he has one wing cheese, which is an issue. I think one wing like puts him down. I think cheese automatically just puts you down. Like I think that's why he's like harder than, well, Shulk has cheese, but like he's harder than, like he's easier than like Mega Man, for example. Diddy Kong. He's like either top of B tier or bottom of A tier. I think A tier. Yeah, I'd say A tier. He has like one of the most tech in the game, I'd say. A lot of depth as well. He told me he thinks he's the hardest character in the game, which is just not true. But banana, like item management and shit is hard, but his like general neutral game plan isn't that hard, and his execution isn't super hard, but like he still has a lot of depth as a character, in my opinion. So that's why I'll just put him at A tier for now. Sora is so funny because like he's hard, but like there's a reason why nobody has like no top level player is using Sora, because like he's hard and he's not good in my opinion. I'm pretty sure, oh, but Zachary won a major. Dude, Zachary literally said on his stream that the fact that he won a major is a miracle. I'm pretty sure. I think when people figured out like Sora, it got way harder. Feel kind of bad putting Sparkle's mains right beside each other though. I think Cloud is pretty easy. I think up B out of shield puts him, like, I think Cloud without up B out of shield is like here, but because he has up B out of shield, it's over here. Back air cross slash forward air. Charge limit. I just described the entire character. Rosalina and Luma. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. The buzz, if you're looking at this video or this live stream right now, I don't know how you do it with this character, bro. I'll put Zelda here. He's A tier. Tippers are way too hard in this game. The character doesn't have much. He kind of has cheese with like tippers occasionally, but the amount of skill, like execution, spacing it requires for like most players to do is not worth it. You know what I mean? Again, it's literally Pikachu syndrome. Like top 2 character, but they're hard as balls. They're hard as balls, so there's not many. Joker's such a rare character. When's the last time you saw Joker at a top level? Since Leo played Violet. You never see that. You never see that because he's hard. He's mad hard. It was like Leo was like the only person in this goddamn planet that could take a hold of this goddamn character. He's like one of the most execution heavy characters in the game. Out of shield is really like hard, I'd say. I feel like if you have a harder out of shield, the character is harder in and of itself. If you have a really good out of shield, they're probably easiest. Wolf, B tier. Just because a lot of beginners play them, I think doesn't mean they're easy. I feel like the fact that the character doesn't have like you get shield grabbed a lot with this character. You have to space with them. You have to like what's it called? You just don't have to respect them. I think Tweak talked to me one time at Smash with Tor. He said you don't have to respect him a lot of the time. You can kind of just like go whatever, mash on him or whatever. I feel like you have to be the better player a lot of the time with Wolf. Wolf is one of those characters where you have to be better than your opponents. That's why I'm putting him at B tier. Sonic is decently hard. Yeah, I genuinely think that. I genuinely think Sonic is decently hard. To explain, I feel like for one thing, I feel like this character takes a lot of more mental dexterity than most because you have to play very patient. I think most people don't have the mental dexterity to play Sonic. He just kind of has a simple game plan of like spin dash, but even then, I think it's a lot harder in execution than it really is. My heart wants to put him at here, but my brain has to put him like here. Oh, Steve. All right, let's just move on. I'm not even gonna describe it. Mario, probably harder than Min. It's the Wolf issue. He's so fundamental. You have to like outplay your opponent more, I feel. Rob, yeah, he's E tier. Did you guys know why he didn't have a Switch for like the first entire year of Ultimate? Yeah, I don't think I need to say much more than that. Zamba also doesn't even own a Switch. Anyways, I really don't think she's like S tier. I think top of A for now. I feel like Bayo has like a lot of execution. Her neutral's like really hard to understand. I think their game plan is easier to understand than all of these characters, in my opinion. But he's obviously very hard, so he's like top of this at least. Yeah. Again, this is my bias, but I really don't think Ken is like that hard. A lot of his game plan is like jumping in with neutral air, back air, into a down tilt combo that's not hard, and he has a lot of cheese. So much cheese. Holy shit. You can definitely get away with Ken a lot. They're just not intuitive. That's like their main issue. I think Snake is really weak. The main reason why he's here is because his disadvantage is terrible. He has a lot more like tech and like I think more depth than a lot of the other characters down below him. I'd say he also takes a lot of mental dexterity. Execution is harder than most, I'd say. Yeah, I think bottom of A is good. Okay, I don't get Yoshi players. I think Yoshi players are just so like dumb. I feel like most Yoshi players, when I play them, I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? When I play against Yoshi players on Elite, I'm just like, bro, why are you mashing forward air like full drift into me every single time? Like when I think about it, I feel like there's more to the character than like what it really looks like. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him at C tier. Do Richter? I think Richter's easier than Shulk, Sephiroth, Sora. He's like here. The meta is still like kind of moving on. You see T3 Dom, you know, doing shit. I got 13th at a major with this character. I think the character had a lot of potential, but they're just so bad at the same time, dude. I honestly didn't even think they were like that hard, but there's just so much bullshit you have to deal with, like recovery, air drift, disadvantage state, the ability to kill, having execution for the proper setups, being precise with his hitboxes. I think he's like over here, probably. His game plan's not even that hard. He's kind of like just a worse Sonic in terms of understanding game plan, but he has the potential, some depth. Incineroar. Yeah. Yeah. Pichu easier than Pika? Yeah. I think so. I think his game plan is much easier. His combos are also much, much easier. Put him like here. Her game plan is harder to execute than most other characters. She's not like... This isn't like a completely brain-dead character in my opinion. I feel like he has a lot more depth than everyone below her, but not... Like, she's not as hard as the characters above her, I'd say. Byleth? Yeah. I'll put him at bottom of B. I'll put him at bottom of B, bro. No further comment needs to be said. This character is rare for a reason. You know, there's like a gap between Captain Falcon and Byleth, I'd say. I'd say B tier. He's not even close to Prime Richter tier. I'd say I'm gonna put him at bottom of C. I'm gonna put him at bottom of C. This character is simple, but I feel like there's aspects that you can abuse. Everyone says like, oh my god, just mash thoughtless. It's not that easy, dude. Most players watching this video will not be able to just pick up Roy on a whim and cheese some wins. He's like here, right? Like, yeah. There's a lot of thought regarding like his resource management, and his normals are not spammable at all. Like the way that I think they balance Hero pretty well, in my opinion. In my honest opinion, I think Steve is more proof that this game is a party game than Hero. Greninja? He's like here. He's not super hard to understand. Dash attack, forward there and there. Down tilt is like the entire character, but like, I think he has some execution barriers. I feel like the thing is though, is the character's potential has not like been reached. I'm just gonna put him here, no comment, whatever. I think this works. I think this character, you have to have the most mental energy like in the game ever. It's so hard to not get tilted with this fucking character. It's so hard, and you have to work hard with them. You need good execution. You need to know how to play Smash. You can't just mash against people that like know how to play the game. I'm putting there for now. The characters themselves are like they're not super simple, but they're not like super hard at the same time. So I'm just gonna put them at bottom of the tier for now. Palutena, D tier. I think the character is just so fucking privileged. They have to be D tier. Like they're like designed to just win. I feel like Isabelle, she's like here. Her game plan is so bad. Like the only reason why people call her hard is because she's so bad. Like the character does not have much depth. Yeah, your game plan isn't the hardest to the point where I think they're harder than these characters, but the way you have to manage around like the character itself, I feel like puts them like over here. Link, lots of depth. Well, he's like, I think he has a lot of depth, a lot of room for improvement, lots of like with his bomb cancel or like with his remote bomb and shit. But there's some like aspects of the character that make him a lot easier than it should be. But at the same time, the character does have a lot of potential / depth. I think B tier. I think that's a pretty decent spot. He's like, I think she's like here. Lucina, harder than Greninja. She's so plain and fundamental, but at the same time, that's kind of her weakness. It's like a wolf. It's another wolf. Wii Fit Trainer. Wario. I feel like this is a good spot. Banjo-Kazooie. He's like top of B or bottom of A, I think. I feel like that would work. You have to like outplay your opponent to hit your moves with Banjo. I think he's harder than Shotos. The character is very cheesy, but just look at everything else and tell me he doesn't belong there. Yeah. Okay, Chrom. I think he's a tier above Roy. Way more depth than Roy just because of how his combo tree works. His game plan is harder, I'd say. In general, his recovery is very hard to use. He's still a pretty simple character, but that's why he's like all the way bottom at B. Lucas, I'm like here. Me Brawler, the Mies. Nope. Yeah, he's like here. Robin, I think he's easier than Hero, but harder than these characters. I'm gonna put him in midnight tier. Villager. Yeah. This is kind of like a throwaway, but I'll just put him here for now. I'm gonna review this later. Final Plan's general game plan is not very hard. I'm gonna put him like here. Duck Hunt, bruh. Yeah. Terry Bogard. The moment you guys have been waiting for. This is the moment. This is the moment. He's C tier. His game plan is very, very very simple. Game & Watch too high? He's really, really simple to understand, in my opinion. Outside of like inputs, his game plan is not hard at all. The amount of like, I'd say there's the only few like aspects that are like legitimately hard about Terry is disadvantage state, recovering, and sometimes execution, because you have to be aware of like your opponent's SDI patterns and whatnot. That's like the only really hard thing. Recovering is actually very inconvenient. I think this is good. YouTube, that's gonna be it for today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video, bro. Peace.